The first question, I have heard from some practitioners, Buddhists, that when we die, the king of hell, Yama, will come and ask 3 questions. What are these 3 questions? Why 3 questions? Can I have 4 questions? 5 questions? I've never heard that the Yama will ask only 3 questions. So the Yama is only interested in asking 3 questions and not 1 and 2 and 4 and 6? It doesn't make any sense to me. I think I would like to let my imagination go wild. Maybe the first question is, what do you do when you are alive? Simple question, right? If you do something wrong when you are alive, you reincarnate into the animal kingdom. What do you do when you are alive? Can you get yourself prepared? When the time comes when Yama asks the question, you say, oh, I have been so compassionate to my folks. I've been a philanthropist. I've helped many people. I was a responsible father, a responsible mom. I have 6 kids and I raised all these kids with my love and my compassion. I help all of my colleagues and I've done a lot of charity work. So the Yama will be happy about it. But are you in that position that you can explain yourself, telling Yama that you have done a good job in your life? What did you do in your life? Did you do a good job in your life? The job of living, or somebody called it the art of living. Have you done a good job of living? What do you do? Yama said, what do you do? Well, I'm sorry, Yama. I've been drinking and I died after being intoxicated. And I'm sorry I killed 2 people and I raped 5, but I won't do it again. And Yama said, no, it's too late. So ask that question to yourself. You can almost ask the same question to yourself. What do you do when you are alive? Isn't that the most important question? What do you do when you are alive? Well, responsible. I'm a responsible father. I'm a responsible mom. I raise all my kids. I have no regret. Maybe that's the time I used to be saying my way. The curtain is down. And you have a case to tell. What do you do? You do it your way. What is your way? Your way of responsibility or your way of irresponsibility? Let's carry on. Who will be the next enlightened Buddha? Maitreya come to human realm. You said it. The next Buddha will be Maitreya Buddha. Maitreya is a Sanskrit word. It means giving out compassion, giving out mercifulness, giving out kindness, benevolence. So that's the next Buddha coming to this world. Spoken by a prediction of the historical Buddha that we have, Buddha Sakyamuni, and he said the next Buddha will be Maitreya Buddha coming to this world. Where is he now? Where is Maitreya? Maitreya now is in Tushita heaven. That's the world where all the angels are. So that's very complicated. Just to give a simple answer to your questions, which may require a lot of details, Maitreya Buddha is the next Buddha to come. Next question. What do you suggest for addiction problems? I can answer your question from a perspective of a monk. The addiction is in your mind. You are your own master. You are addicted because you want to be addicted. You habitually get addicted to it. You cannot change your addiction by just going to see a doctor, by just taking some medicine. You have to change by improving your mind, by changing your mind. Don't depend on an external party to heal you. You got to save yourself. Change your mind. Why do you get addicted to it? Because you like it. Because you're not strong in your confidence of changing it. Build up your confidence in you. Build up that confidence in you that you can do it. There's nothing that you cannot do as long as you're determined to do it. Realize your value. Addiction eradicates your perception of value. You know you're useless because of addiction. You know that you shouldn't be addicted to it. You know that your value is being jeopardized. Why do you give yourself value, give yourself the confidence to improve? Everything is in your mind. Work your mind first. Nobody can change it for you. Not Buddha. Buddha cannot change your mind. Buddha can only tell you how to change your mind. Nobody would put you in Nanaimo. He can only tell you the map going to Horseshoe Bay to take the Nanaimo trip. He can only give you the map, the guidance to go there. He cannot take you and throw you over there. You got to walk your own path. You got to climb every mountain, cross every stream. Do you hear that song? Climb every mountain, cross every stream. Do it. Nothing you cannot do. Well, if you really want to strengthen your mind, do a mantra. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. In every mantra, you're thinking, my mind is strong. I want to change my addiction problem. I want to be better. I want to improve. Use Om Mani Padme Hum as the spiritual medicine to strengthen your confidence in changing yourself to be a different person. Realize your value. You've got that value in you. That value of strength and confidence. As I said, just as a wave disturbs the stillness of an ocean, every addiction thought in your mind disturbs the peacefulness and tranquility of your mind. Changed it. Next question. Can you talk about the symbolism to the meditation room and the meaning, for example? Why are there 100 seats? Next time I'll make it 101. So that you don't have to ask question again. If I put 90 seats in there, why are there 90 seats? If I don't put any seats in there, so why aren't there any seats? You can win with people like that. They always stick to a number. They always think of a magical number. They're looking for magic. They're magic lovers. There's always 100 or 99 or 99.5. Well, if I say there should be a 99.5 seats in there, what do you think? So there's no such thing as a magic number. It just happened that there are 100 seats. Next time probably we'll take another seat to Bowen Island and make it 99. So that you don't have to ask the same question again. Next, why that amount of doors? I told you already. There are reasons to build so many doors. At the beginning of each, I used to do that in my first 5 years. When we first started, I said, everybody, please put out your hand. So every meditator put out their hand. I said, close your eyes. And everybody closed his eyes and said, visualize that here, this monk give you a garbage bag. And have you grabbed that garbage bag in you? Who is missing a garbage bag? No one raised his hand. So everybody take our hand and take that garbage bag. I said, dump all your emotional afflictions in that garbage bag. What are these emotional afflictions? Jealousy, hatred, disappointment, worry, depression, inferiority complex, superiority complex. Dump all this garbage into that bag and seal it up. Tie it with a knot, throw it out that door. I got 24 doors for you. You know why I built these 24 doors for you? Just for you to throw out those bags. There must be a reason for building so many doors. You really take a look at the doors we built. Why? There's a reason for building so many doors. There's so many people, one door is not enough. That's the reason. We have so many doors, 12 doors altogether for you. So that's the reason why we have so many doors. Why 3 Buddha statues and why those hand gestures? Well, there are millions of Buddhas. We want to put 3 in there because our shrine is not big enough. We would like to put 20, 30, 60, 50, 1 million. But how can we put so many? People believe in a number of 3, so we say we put 3 in there. And people sometimes they like to think about what are the most important. Let's count 3 most important things I have to do before I died. They always like to count 3. So what do I want in my life? I want longevity. And we have a longevity Buddha in there. The Buddha of medicine is the Buddha of longevity. So that's when I'm living, I want to be healthy. I want to live long to 100 years. So we have the Buddha of longevity, which is the Buddha of medicine, by Sajya Guru Vaiduraya. Remember we chant? By Sajya Guru Vaiduraya Prabharajaya Daragataya Rahate Samya Sambuddhaya. So that's the Buddha of longevity. So that's regarding living. We want to live long. And how about when we die? When we die, we don't want to go to hell. We don't want to go to animal kingdoms, become a dog, a pig, a cow. I don't want that. A chicken, a duck. But interestingly, once I have a question, and I gave a lecture. I talk about reincarnation. There's a lady who raises her hand and says, "There's no problem with reincarnation. I want to be a butterfly in my next life." She wanted to be a butterfly. Well, I said, "Yeah. Some kids would tie your back to a string and let you fly, and you will be a butterfly that is suffering." Some people want to reincarnate into a butterfly. Do you want to reincarnate into a butterfly? So there are people who are like that. So why have 3 Buddhas? The center Buddha is the historical Buddha, Buddha Sakyamuni. That is the actual existing Buddha in the history of civilization. That is such a Buddha. According to history of mankind, in India 2,600 years ago, there was such a Buddha. 2,600 years ago, there was such a person by the name Prince Gautama. He became an ascetic. He went into the woods and started to meditate, and after 8 years, he got enlightened and became the Buddha. And since then, Buddhism has descended life year after year up to now. Why 2 dragons at the entrance? Don't attach too much importance to the numbers. Why 2? Why? Ask yourself, why do I have 10 fingers? That's an easy question to ask. Ask yourself, why do you have 10 fingers? Why do you have 1 nose and not 2? Why do you have 1 mouth and not 2 mouths? 2 eyes? 1 head? But there are there are beings who have 2 heads. Words are not important. So when we talk about religion, we say, I'm a Christian, I'm a Roman Catholic, I am a Hindu. It does not matter. You have that nature in you, that enlightened nature in you. You can become enlightened. Don't attach to language, numbers. Next question. What do you think of yogic flying? What is the art of defying gravity as a result of advanced meditation? Yogic flying, I believe in it. Many years ago, when I was about 20, in my age from 23 to 25, in those 2 years, I have been meditating with so much time, almost like 5 hours per day at least meditating. I found that my body was getting lighter and lighter. And actually, when my experiences is that one night I meditated, and I meditated for 3 hours, and I started at about 5 o'clock, so 6, 7, 8. I usually have dinner at 7 o'clock. At that time, I was studying at University of Toronto, and we used to cook our own dinner. We rented a house somewhere in the basement of Darcy Road, which is close to the campus, St. George campus at the University of Toronto. And we used to cook our own food at dinner. So I planned to get up at about 7 o'clock from meditation and started to cook for myself. But I started to meditate until 8 o'clock. And I got into a deep meditative state, and I felt as if I was a cloud in the air. And I felt as if I was able to fly out from the window. I feel so light, so delightfully light. People usually feel very heavy, heavily, walking heavily. In those 2 years, I feel that I had a spring in every step. Every step I have, it seems that I had a spring underneath my soul that I can walk very, very fast. And at that particular night, I felt as if I could fly. And I believe in flying out of the window. but I had to control myself. But still, my body, poop, goes up, poop, comes down again. So in other words, there's a lot of, you know what I mean? Up, down, up, down, up, down. In a very fast mode. Poop, the whole body up, and then down again, and up, and down, and up, and down, in a vibrating movement, about 6 inches from my mat. If you can elevate yourself 6 inches from your seat, if you don't call that flying, I don't know what you call it. It's up from the air, in the air. And I felt as if I was able to fly over from that window. So when you're in a meditative state, I think the cells of your body start to change. The cells of your body, well, we are made up of body cells. The cells of your body, the structure is the structure that is so heavy, but when you reach in your meditative state, maybe, I don't know, maybe your cells in that particular moment is not a normal human cell. So you were able to fly. And according to histories of mankind, there were gravitation in the ancient days, that people actually gravitate, not just of Buddhism, not just related to religion. They just know how, they just could fly. And there are living beings in another dimension that can fly. E.T. can fly. Have you heard of E.T.? Would fly from his place somewhere in the universe, and it became so heavy that he couldn't fly back. Eventually, he was able to fly back. But his heart is still pointed. Is still linked up with that boy. Their compassion were linked together with that little finger. So there are beings in another dimension who can fly. I believe in anything could happen. If you practice 6 hours per day in your meditation rightfully, in the right way, I believe that you can fly. Because your body cells start to change. Not only can you fly, everything in you seems to be a little different. During those 2 years in my meditation, when I was able to meditate at least 3-4 hours per day, when I wrote my examination, my mind could think 10 times faster than I write. When I answer a question, well, I was sitting in the examination room with those questions confronting me. When I perceive that question, my mind is already working, but my pen, my fingers cannot move as fast, already fast, 2 times faster than normal, but still my mind is much faster. Because as I said, just as every wave disturbs the stillness of the ocean, every thought in you, polluted, disturbs the diligence and the wisdom of your mind. If you get rid of those thoughts, you are a saint.